prison with iron bars on the windows. So they planned to get rid of him. And when he saw what they were doing, he turned around, took a knife out of his robe, and started out against all the soldiers. That little big man who had been his friend and was the one who told us boys that we were brave before my first fight when we attacked the wagons on War Bonnet Creek, took hold of Crazy Horse from behind and tried to get the knife away. While they were struggling, a soldier ran a bayonet into Crazy Horse from one side of the back, and he fell down and began to die. Then they picked him up and carried him into the soldiers' chief's office. The soldiers stood all around and would not let anyone in and made the people go away. Crazy Horse was dead. He was brave, good, and wise. He never wanted anything but to save his people. He was only 30. They could not kill him in battle. They had to lie to him and kill him that way. I cried all night, and so did my father. And then he describes how Crazy Horse's parents go and bury him. And they take him in a sling up this White Pepper Creek place. And nobody knows where they took his body. He was dead. So if you can go and find where they buried Crazy Horse, maybe you could get a big shrine going. You got the start for it right in this book. If you want to go look for where Crazy Horse was taken by the parents. I don't know where is that. Maybe they hid the body somewhere on Pepper Creek over there because the hunters had seen them, and maybe they went back again at night and took the box away into the Badlands. Crazy Horse might be lying over there just a little way from us right now on Pepper Creek across the hill yonder. I don't know. Grandmother's land. So he was 15 that year, and they go with Sitting Bull's people up to Canada here. I can't read all of this. Then he's really depressed about things. And in chapter 14, he remembers his vision when he is a youth, and he does his horse dance to cheer the people up. That's the choreography of the horse dance. And has some other visions here, the dog vision. In 17, for instance, is one of the little drawings here. After the Hayoka ceremony, I came to live here, where I now am at Wounded Knee. Others came too and made these little grass houses, gray houses of logs, you see, or they are square. It's bad, no way to live. There's no power in a square. You've noticed that in everything Indian does is a circle. And that's because the power of the world always works in circles, and everything tries to be round. In the old days when we were a strong and happy people, it's page 150, I think. All our power came to us from the sacred hoop, the nation, and so long as the hoop was unbroken, the people flourished. The flowering tree was the living center of the hoop, and the circle of the four quarters nourished it. And the east gave peace and light, the south gave warmth, the west gave rain, the north cold, mighty wind. This knowledge came to us from the outer world with our religion. Everything the power of the world does is done in a circle. And so on. So here's him, his signature, I guess. This is his name, blackout here. Even the seasons form a circle and come back again. The life of man is a circle from childhood to childhood. Our teepees are around in a nest like a circle, And these were always set in a circle. The nation's hoop, a nest of many nests. But the Wasichus have put us in this square houses. Our power is gone. We are dying, for the power is not in us anymore. You look at our boys and see how it is with us. When we were living by the power of the circle in the way we should, boys were men at 12 or 13. Now it takes much longer. So he is a bit downcast. He describes his elk ceremony here further along. And then in chapter 19, 164, he describes, this is already 6 years later. He's still a young person, but he's old enough to go to Europe with Buffalo Bill. And that fall, the last of the bison herds were slaughtered by the Wasichus. Why did they slaughter the bison herds? Partly for the railroad to feed the workers, but then they just went out and did it gratuitously. That just not for the railroad. They just slaughtered them for partly to send me.